Hi, Faisal.
Hi, Shelley.
I understand that there was some confusion as it relates to the last interview we did, and I just thought maybe it would be helpful to offer some clarification.
Yes, thanks. I'll be happy to. Uh, I got some feedback that um, I think there was some misunderstanding of what I said, and the most important few were about the misunderstanding that I may be saying there is something separate from the absolute, that the absolute is the um, source of everything and everything comes from it, goes back to it, and that I may be stating that there is something different, separate. No, I'm not saying there is anything separate from the absolute. I've been absolutist long enough to realize that everything comes from it, goes back to it. It's source. It's the source from which all manifestation, creation, you name it, can happen. Without the source, I don't know how it can manifest. What I'm trying to clarify is that based on this perception that many absolutists, especially beginner absolutists, notice that everything comes from the absolute and dissolved from the absolute, they made the assumption that it is the creator of this manifestation, Because it's the source, it doesn't mean it's the creator of this manifestation, It's like in the ocean, everything exists in the ocean, from fish to corals to algae to all of that, comes from the ocean and goes back to the ocean. But is it made by the ocean? Is the source the same as the sorcerer? Or is the sorcerer different from the source, utilizing the source to create and to manifest? This is the point that I try to clarify. That even though the absolute is the source, and for beginner perception of the absolute, everything seems to be coming from it and going back to it, and it is one with everything, and it can exist beyond everything, which I don't believe in that it exists beyond anything. I think it's a perception. It's a certain state of awakening in which you experience the absolute in its absoluteness, and it seems to be it's beyond everything. So some people said it is beyond everything, that everything cannot exist without it, but it can exist without everything. I think this is a matter of debate, matter of perception, and since the human perception is limited, we haven't reached the objective perception of could the absolute exist without anything. To me, it is like magnet and the magnetic field. Could the magnetic field exist without the magnet? Could the magnet exist without the magnetic field? It's not so, But if you're experiencing only the magnetic field, you might not perceive the magnet. And if you are just in the magnet, you might not perceive the magnetic field. It's just like the human body has an aura, but we don't see it. It doesn't mean it's not seen. It doesn't mean that even animals don't see it. They might perceive, or seers perceive it. So yes, everything comes and goes into the absolute, and except the absolute is the source, but not the sorcerer. The assumption that I am bringing, the challenge I am bringing, the debate that I am bringing is that we, the human beings, are the sorcerers resourcing from the absolute. So the absolute is the being, and we, the humans, are resourcing the human being. And I'm even postulating or stating that the absolute is nothing but the human being. It is our emanation, and it is our condensation. How could that be perceived? I think it's a very deep state of awakening and consciousness in which you can go beyond all the manifestation. And in the deepest realms of the absolute, you might find the entity divine. the one that they all talk about, God, the personal God, not Godhood, which is the absolute, is the impersonal emanation or presence. In the depth of all, the deepest depths, there is an entity existing. It can manifest in form. It even manifested as a human being. You know, I think the Christianity believe it was Christ, and many in India believe it came this way or that way. This entity is most eternal. It's pre-time, it's pre-space, and it can be experienced in deep states of meditation and grace. There has to be grace for the divine one to manifest itself in its full glory. And from that, there is a perception of that there is this entity and its emanation. And this emanation is its mind, it's the emanation of its mind, and it creates from its mind the reality we perceive. You know, and the reality we perceive, in my understanding, which I want to share, you know, I don't know, 52 years in this path, that there is a kingdom, and it is a holistic kingdom. And this kingdom is not separate. There is no part separate from each other. They are all interconnected and interwoven, you know. But due to the limitation of our perception, due to the limitation of the physical body and our disconnection from the inner ability of perceiving and seeing and the spiritual realm, we perceive it as three different domains, three different realms, a kingdom of three different realms. It is not so. It is the absolute manifesting in secondary emanation and into a third emanation, which is the material existence. So I thought I'll present this picture, the bigger picture, to maybe summarize what I've been trying to say in the last few interviews. That there is a bigger picture that I'd like to share, and I hope it opens doors of perception for others. If I am off, I apologize. I'm sorry. I pray for me. I hope I get, you know, the corrective. If this helps you to perceive something, give you the courage to look beyond all the belief systems existing at this time, may you be granted the grace and the courage to see it. And I also want to say thanks for the people who gave me the feedback. You know, I appreciate their differences. I am sorry if I confuse them in any way. Sometimes it's a matter of language and expression. Sometimes maybe they are so excited and they reacted. And one very important piece of it that I want to really state with the gratitude is that none of them attacked me. You know, they all expressed their difference with me and, you know, their belief systems, but they were all honoring and respecting, and I really appreciate that. I think they have a lot of grace, and it leaves room for us to look, to investigate, you know, and may we find, you know, the totality of what we are looking at. The elephant in the room is a very fascinating theme, you know.